I'm Adam Bohach, and I teach biology at Decorah High School.
Hi, my name is Jackie Ponish, and I teach third grade.
I'm Carol Sand, and I teach the Extended Learning Program at Decorah Middle School.
My name is Mike Tungan. I'm the head strength conditioning coach here. I teach PE.
My name is Allie Granger, and I teach early childhood special ed at Westside.
I'm Liz Fox, and I teach at Decorah High School Language Arts.
My name is Zachary Fromm. Zach Fromm. I'm at the middle school. I teach 7th grade social studies.
Hi, I'm Shannon Horton, and I'm a teacher librarian with grades 5 through 12.
Hi, my name is Heath Kelly, and I'm a 5th grade ELA and social studies teacher.
I'm Julia Benson, and I teach English language learners.
Hi, I'm Ann Felstill, and I teach 4th grade.
I'm Jason Rausch, vocal music teacher at Decorah High School.
Hi, I'm Alan Hilger. I teach special ed at Carrie Lee and Decorah Middle School.
My name is Reed. I'm in 2nd grade.
Hi, I'm Jenna Galligan. I'm a junior.
My name is Trinity, and I am in 4th grade.
Hi, I'm James.
Hi, my name is Seth. Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and I am in 2nd grade.
Hi, I'm Jonah.
Hi, my name is Leslie. Hi, my name is Anders.
Hi, my name is Casey.
My name is Annika.
My name is Ross Chetry.
Hi, my name is Margaret Zuck, and I'm in 3rd grade.
Hi, I'm Jake.
Lydia Kleckner, and I'm a senior at Decorah High School. And
my name is Kylie Zolik. I am Adeline. I'm in 1st grade.
I'm Ryan, and I'm in 3rd grade.
Hi, my name is Katie.
My name is Heaton.
Hi, I'm Tucker.
I chose to use a coach to help me with compacting, which was something that I had never used before.
So all of my students are on IEP math rubrics, and I needed a way to be continually assessing those standards.
A new strategy that I used was called the question formulation technique, and a couple of coaches helped me consult me on that and what it should look like and what it could look like in the classroom.
Progression. Andrew met with my 5th grade ELA colleague Steve Peterson and I to help us process some of the challenges of creating our reading rubrics.
Yes. She helped me instruct 2 groups of my students on how to do a good book discussion, and they've been able then to apply what they've learned in guided reading groups and in book clubs.
I was really stuck. I wanted to create a makerspace at the middle school, and I had sold the idea to my principal, to the staff. I had a million Pinterest ideas. I had participated in webinars. My problem was just getting started, like how to begin with the logistics and the nuts and bolts, and I just kind of shut down and I put it aside, and it just kept sitting on it.
I wanted to pursue a coaching cycle because I've been struggling with classroom management, especially at the beginning of class, but also throughout class when we have transitions from warm-ups to sight singing to our first song, second song, all those kinds of things. And it's just been a frustration for me year after year.
The reason I chose to work with a coach is because all of my assessments for the last 3 years that I had worked in the Decorah School District have been completely anecdotal assessments, and anecdotal reports that I would send home to families. So I really needed a standards-based reporting system.
Coach Sarah helped me to have my cake and eat it too, so to speak, when she came into my drama class and helped me with my students. Besides the big things which helped me eat my cake was the nuts and bolts of drama she taught me and my students, because she knows so much about drama after coaching at the high school.
Kind of always had this vision of getting our strength and conditioning program more online and creating videos and bringing technology in the classroom and using it to improve student learning and not just doing it just to do it. So I just kind of told her my idea and this is what we want to do, and we had a really great collaboration on kind of where we wanted to go with it. Shared a lot of great ideas.
Even though the kids are great and they perform great, I know there's ways that I can improve that and get them to stay focused or to give them tasks to change from one thing to the next. So we videotaped it, and then the coach took me through where they saw that I was struggling and gave me some ideas and took some notes and gave me a Word doc of things that of strategies I can use to improve that.
Well, I decided to work with Andrew Ellingson. So in comes Andrew, one of 2 fabulous coaches at DMS, and he became my cheerleader.
I saw a coach in the hallway and I said, hey, I have an idea. And then the next day there was a time scheduled. They came into my room and the ball was rolling.
Working with a coach has helped me place a helpful structure in the collaborative teams that I was a part of this last year. I was impressed with the willingness of the coaches that I met with to go out of their way to help. I genuinely feel that the coaches we have are excellent listeners. Also, the feedback they were able to give helped me notice things that I hadn't noticed before.
And then when it came time to start developing some of those documents that I needed to support the project I was working on with students, my coach was very helpful in that. She would write up rubrics, create drafts of assignments based off of what I was looking for, taking my feedback, making changes, and all of that really helped to save me time because I wouldn't have had probably as much time on my own to develop those resources. So with the help of my coach, together we came up with some things that I was able to use and put and implement very quickly. Otherwise, I think that I probably wouldn't have even started this project this year, and more than likely I would have tried to do a lot of the work over the summer months.
He was by my side to write and secure a grant. He attended a training on the materials we're receiving. He helped me create signage. He helped me write a to-do list. I mean, the bottom line is I could have found a way to do this work alone, but it would not have been as much fun, and I would not have felt as I do now, which is really inspired, and like we truly created something much bigger than either of us could have done on our own.
I was able to develop a standards-based report card, and I was able to use standards-based assessments in my everyday lesson planning. So by being able to do that, then I was able to see data, see what I need to work on with students, and then for the next lesson, I was able to plan accordingly to either reinforce or to redirect my student learning.
The support that I received made my teaching so much better and helped the students learn in ways that I would have never expected.
It's helped me ensure that I'm continuing to spiral the standards, the essential standards with my students, and then when this is done up, I've been able to look at the data and look more diagnostically so that we can differentiate my students with the different errors that they're making.
Prior to this year, when I would teach a unit, every student was more or less on the same pathway, doing essentially the same thing. And I felt like I was meeting students in the middle, and my upper level students were not able to pursue things that they were more interested in. They felt like the work was too simple, and I think that affected their level of engagement. But now after having done the compacting, those students are now able to choose topics that are interesting to them, and I believe that this has improved their engagement, and I feel better as a teacher knowing that now there's an alternative, an option for some of those few students at the very top end.
I felt comforted knowing that someone was in my corner, someone who could spend hours researching what I had wanted to do with my students, time that I just didn't have with everything else going on.
So she made me feel more comfortable with Schoology, which I'm trying to implement this year. But the icing on the cake, which I didn't think was going to happen when I first signed up for this, was that it was really fun to have another teacher in the room. Just noticing how another teacher organizes a classroom, gives feedback, gives praise, just even where she moves around in the room, and how she deals with students. It was just really fun for me to see from see how another teacher handles that, and just gave me little things that I can implement into my classroom. So I appreciate it.
Working with a coach was great for me because it provided me with someone to bounce my ideas off of and to gain insight from.
It wasn't her telling me what to do, and it wasn't me telling her what I would do. It was this is my vision, and then it was her and I kind of guiding each other in creating it. And
I feel like my students have made a lot of growth since focusing in on the standards, because then I was able to group my students accordingly based on who needed more work on a skill, or maybe another student had mastered a skill and I could move them on to a different area. So it helped me differentiate my classroom even more.
Having the conversations with the coaches about grouping, deliberate grouping, considering personalities, abilities, things like this in regards to a huge project that I did in my class. Having those conversations on what differentiation can look like was invaluable, and I really feel like my students were accomplishing at some of their top levels because of those conversations.
As a new teacher, it's nice to know that I'm supported in so many ways and that there are numerous people with great expertise to learn from in the district.
I found that collaborating with our literacy coach enabled me to provide instruction to my students that otherwise I wouldn't have happened, I guess.
And we're still to this day creating more and more ideas, and which is, I think, the ultimate reason why we hired coaches in the first place, is to have a true collaboration with another team.
I truly hope that others will look into accessing all of the help that the instructional coaches give, whether you're looking for a quick fix to a small problem or are interested in entering a longer coaching cycle. Trust me, you won't be disappointed.
They're the same. Yes, they're the same. You're right, Henry. What about same?
No.
Or different? Different, right here. All right, Zach, I'm going to ask you now. What do you think, Zach? Look at my blocks. Same?
No.
Or different?
From the last meeting, we talked a little bit about your focus and about what standards might match that focus the best. So, do you just kind of want to recap what you're hoping students will get from the unit?
Yeah, one of the reasons I was attracted to Serial is because of the listening aspect. We do some work at the beginning of the school year. We even talk about nonverbal behavior and do some other listening skill activities, but I still feel like by 6th hour they're checked out, and I feel like that's a skill that they really need to be focused on. And with with Serial being so interesting anyway, I think that will make it easier for them to listen to that. But along with that idea of comprehending, and it doesn't have to be that they're reading a text to comprehend, but being able to understand, and then also to be critical, to think about, wait a second, is that right what that person is saying, and to maybe draw some inferences.
You only have to practice that a couple times. You don't have to do that with every question. Okay, every question you have to decide, is it closed or open? And then just a few of them you'll work on changing. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so then let's go up to the first question. What do they use the river for? How do I make that a closed question? I think this is harder, going from open to closed. So we've got a closed question. What do they use the river for? Swimming. How do I make that open? How do I make that open?
Or closed.
Do they use the river? Closed, sorry. Do people use the river? Right? Yeah. Yes or no? Good. Got another one? Cora?
Why do people use the river?
Is that open or closed?
Would you have to answer that with more than a couple words?
Yeah, I know, it gets tricky.
So
That's okay. It's hard for me. You see me getting them confused.
I almost like that. Why do people use river? I almost like that more than this.
Yeah, that would be a better open question. You could improve open questions.
You can improve that.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you went, why do they use the river? And then you change it to a closed, do people use the river? I like that. Good.
Back to this essential question. How do we get to the truth, and how can the truth ever fully be known? How do we know which side is telling the truth and which side is lying?
Can there be multiple reasons why she maybe seems to be favoring Adnan at this point? Give me reasons why. There's no physical evidence.
He's a young kid.
Okay, because you.
For some, so it doesn't say that she is, but we can't see her, so she has a place to stand. What do you think that means about Miss Liberty?
Until she has a land to stand. Anyway.
Right, and do you know what that fancy word is for what that is?
I still think there's definitely room for growth for those conversational moves. I mean, maybe one would share a reaction and then the other one would say, yeah, me too. But, they could still go deeper and I agree with you, Holly. I was thinking this.
So we know that we're going to focus on comprehension, critical thinking. Is there a way that we can get a baseline for where students are in those skills?
Would it be possible to measure from the beginning of our time with them to the end, like how they're first answering comprehension questions or how they're first engaging in more higher level thinking?
I can relate to the part where she found the cat because there was a bunch of house cats in my backyard. I like the part where Miss Slice is where did that come from? Where did that come from? It's not like thing. Yeah, it's like a thing, not a dog. It's like. I want to be an artist when I grow up. When I get older, I want to be a psychologist. I want to be a race car driver when I grow up.
And I want to be an English teacher.
When I'm gonna grow up, I want to work on family.
When I get out of school, I want to become an architect.
When I grow up, I want to be a teacher.
And I want to be President of the United States.
When I get older, I want to go to college at Iowa State. When I grow up, I want to be a baker.
Or I'd like to be in communications design.
And I want to be a robotics engineer. Artist when I grow up.
When I'm out of school, I want to be a physical therapist so that I can stay involved in sports and help people.
When I grow up, I want to be a hunter. When I grow up, I want to be a veterinarian.
Older, I want to be a chiropractor.
When I grow up, I want to be a soldier.
When I grow up, I want to be a pilot.
And when I grow up, I want to be a daycare provider.
When I get older, I'd like to go to college and do something in the medical field.